So you're going to grab the skin. We're going to tent it. Make sure you get, room in between there so we're not poking through and then through the skin again. You'll just take it, try and get the needle where the bevel, the open end is up. You don't want to see it, like this. You want to have it where you can see the hole at the top.
Okay.
And you're going to go just in. Then this part here, you want to make sure you'll slide it up and uncrimp it where it was crimped.
Okay.
When that happens, you'll see up there, it's flowing now.
Oh yeah, where it drips.
Yep.
Okay.
Sometimes it won't go that fast. We got a pretty good stick this morning. It really just depends, where you're at as far as underneath the skin. If it's looser there, it'll go faster. If it's, not as loose. And you just kind of want to, hold it. She's pretty good about it. You just hold it, so that it's not falling. You can bring it up like this, so it's a little bit of give there in case she's moving.
Okay.
However you feel most comfortable doing that. And then she'll give you kisses while you're doing it. And, if your arm gets tired, we can switch off.
That's okay.
So just remember where you started at.
Yeah. So she's got about 100.
Oh.
She started at the 3 there.
How much? She started at the 3?
Mhm.
Okay.
She gets 500.
And how much is in a bag?
1,000. So she'll get a half a bag every other day.
Okay.
Yes, you will.
Every other day. Okay.
Yeah, my Rosie. That's not as big on kisses as I am, Rosie.
So if one of us is out of town and we need 2 people, we'll just bring her
Sure.
in.
Yeah, that's not a problem. I mean, she's, the hardest part is even making sure she's still enough when you put the needle in. And once you get the needle in, she's pretty good about, sitting still and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I would say the heart, you probably could do it by yourself. I just don't know how well she would.
So all of that is just the fluid going in, and it ends up squishing around underneath her belly, doesn't it?
It ends up coming down to the sides and then
Yeah.
it gets absorbed into her skin. And then I usually just kind of pull around it, kind of loosens the skin so the fluids can run a little bit better. We got a pretty good run this morning. It's awesome. Some mornings it's like drip, 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 drip.
Mm.
That's why it takes longer sometimes.
Yeah.
Doing okay?
Yeah.
I can switch out if you need. Steph can hold this. You can get this at the same time.
What do you want me to do now?
Or either hold the bag for her, or we'll just hold the needle in.
What do you want me?
You
Yeah,
can hold
if
the
you-
bag. She'll be fine.
I could just switch arms. I would be fine.
It's not
Oh,
easy.
you're taller.
Still got a good flow. Smile.
Mm-hmm.
You are such a good girl, Rosie. You are such a good girl. You can sit down. Just don't move around too much.
Yeah.
Okay.
How do these have to be stored? Any particular the bag?
No particular way.
It doesn't have to
You
be
can-
refrigerated.
Nope.
Or, okay.
You can just leave it hanging on the same hanger.
Oh, okay.
Did you toot, Rosie? You change the needle every time, obviously, but
Right.
no, you don't have to. We just store them by wrapping the cords up and
Okay.
leaving them hanging. Yeah, we do. Yeah. 7.
Yeah, a little bit less than 100 left.
Almost done. Down to a hunchback.
Boy, you really are. Usually by the time you bring her out,
Oh,
it's already
it's-
moved
yeah.
around.
It goes fast.
Sometimes, depending on how well it runs and everything like that, you know, we'll move it into 2 different spots. So that's why sometimes it'll look like if it's not running really good at all, we'll move it into another spot halfway through. Since it had a really good flow, you know, we could just kind of put it all in one spot. It's not make a difference. How's she doing as far as everything else goes?
When I fed her, you know, when I meant to ask Tom this morning, she was a little slow with her dinner last night. She acts totally insane and crazy and like Rosie, but I think she's the poop's a little soft and than I'd like, a little looser than I'd like.
No. So whenever you get to the 500 mark, then you'll just slide this back up to the bottom. So this is it opened.
Okay.
How we opened it, and then you just pull it back down, and that closes it off. And then you just kind of hold your finger where the needle was, and just pull the needle out. Just so, if you just pull it out, it's gonna start squirting out, and it probably still will a little bit. But as long as she keeps most of it in there.
Okay.
Yeah, Rosie. Yeah. Oh, come get. Oh, shake it off. Shake it off. Shake it off.
Okay.
You're such a good girl.
Anything else I need to know about
No, and then just storing it.
changing the bags? Like, do I change the
The lines.
right?
The only time you'll change a line is when the bag is out. And I'll show you real quick. To change a line, you know the bag will be empty.
Right.
You just pull this off,
Okay.
and then the new bag will have a little cap on the end here.
Okay.
You pull the cap out and just stick that in.
Okay.
And what I usually do is like if there's, when you put a new line in, if there's like air in the line or something like that, like, give you an example. So like if you were to have air, so from here, you know, down to here, there's nothing in there.
Right.
So then you'll hook a new bag up. And I usually like to squeeze this
Okay.
and get fluids up to like, there's a little line right here.
Okay. Yep.
Just get them up to that. And then I just basically open the line up. I'm going to make a mess, but I don't care. And then just let the fluid run, and you can see how all the air is coming through here.
Mm-hmm.
And then it'll spurt out.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Spurt out the end.
Yep.
I just don't like to get all that excess air underneath the skin.
Right.
So that's usually, you know, when you do change the lines, if there is air in the lines, I just do it called flushing the lines out.
Okay.
Making sure there's not too much air in there. And then for storing it, you know, just hang it on your hanger, and then I just usually,
Drape that around.
yep, just wrap the cord up like you would a garden hose.
Right.
And then hang it up. You can either leave, whichever is easier for you, leaving the old needle on until you do it again, or
Okay.
changing it right away, whatever is easier for
Okay.
you. Normally we change them right away so we don't have to think about it the next day.
Right. Okay. And is it capped until you, like the needle is capped so it's
Yep.
safe? Okay.
Yep, so the cap stays on when
Okay.
you open the needle, and to remove it, you just kind of pull it off and push it on.
Okay.
Um,
When you get a new bag,
Mhm.
do you get a new cord every time, or does it?
you don't need a new cord every
Okay,
time.
it's clean.
It's, yeah, as long
Okay.
as you're not dunking it in anything, and
Just hanging there is fine.
if it's just hanging there, it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll get you all set up with that. I can go ahead and, I can